Saludos a toda la afición de Lucha Libre Online. Este es Michael Morales Torres, integrante del equipo de Lucha Libre Online. Y tenemos el enorme privilegio de presentarles a nuestro invitado especial en la tarde de hoy. Gente de Apple Valley, Minnesota para el mundo. NCAA Champion olímpico del 2021. Gable Steveson is in the house here in Lucha Libre Online. Gable, it is an honor for us to have you as our guest. How are you doing today?
What's up? I'm doing fabulous. Thank you for having me. How are you doing?
Everything good here in Puerto Rico, man. Thank you for being here. And I wanted to start this interview asking you, how did your passion for wrestling started?
Oh, my passion for amateur wrestling started when I was really younger. I have older brothers that wrestled, and my dad wrestled. So it's a family thing for a long time now, and I've been wrestling for a long time now. So it's in my blood forever. So it's kind of cool.
I'll translate that. Gable me menciona que cómo nace esta pasión de la lucha amateur. Su papá hacía esto al igual que muchas personas en su familia, así que la lucha amateur y la lucha en general ya vienen en su sangre, así que es parte de del DNA o de la genética. What do you recall of your first training sessions of amateur wrestling as a kid?
My mom always says I was born on the mat, so I mean it's my first training session as a kid. I really didn't even like practicing and wrestling. I didn't take it serious. I was always a jokester, and it probably my first training session when I was like 4 or 5. I stepped on the mat with my older brothers. I mean, it's been a long time, and so to think I came this far and like the accomplishments I have is outrageous because I've been doing it for so long.
I'll translate that. ¿Qué recuerda Gable de sus primeros entrenamientos? Su mamá le decía que él ya siempre estaba en el mat. Él nació en un mat prácticamente y desde los 4 o 5 años estaba haciendo de la suya en este deporte que tanto le encanta como es la lucha amateur. Every career has a beginning. What do you recall of your first freestyle wrestling match in 2018 at the US Open Championship against Dominic to get your first win?
So me and Don Bradley been wrestling for a while now. I think my first match against him when I was 17. I was really young to wrestle in the older division, and so it was crazy because he's about 33 years old now, and so he was like, it's like a 12-year gap between me and him. And that first time he did beat me, and then the second time I beat him, and ever since then I have beaten him, and I've owned the USA spot for a while now. And so he's a great competitor. He's always been there. So, but I mean, he's getting older. His time has surpassed, and my time to be the champ is here, and I look forward to represent the United States well.
I'll translate that. Le pregunto por su primer combate en el US Open Championship en el 2018. Gable tenía 17 años. Un chamaquito, y Dominic tenía 30 años, habían como 12 o 13 años de diferencia, un adolescente enfrentándose a un adulto. La primera vez Dominic le gana, la segunda vez Gable consigue la victoria, y el resto del tiempo Gable le mostró quién es el verdadero olímpico en Estados Unidos en lo que es lucha amateur, y él le queda, el futuro está por delante, hay mucho por delante, así que vamos a ver qué nos trae y qué nos depara el futuro en cuanto a la lucha olímpica para él. 67-2. Holy crap, that's a huge record. Gable Steveson is the NWA Division I champion. What came through your mind when that moment happened?
Oh, it was kind of relief. I mean, I'm a junior in college, and so it's been a while since I came into college. I mean, my freshman year I took third. My only 2 losses came freshman year. Sophomore year we got canceled because of COVID, which is, and then finally junior year I went undefeated. And I mean, in college, I don't plan if I keep continuing to go. And 67-2 is a great record, but there's place to be better at. So it's winning national title was crazy, and it's for me.
I'll translate that. ¿Qué recuerda Gable Steveson de ese 67-2? Su récord en NCAA. Las únicas 2 derrotas que tuvo fueron en su año de freshman o en su primer año. El sophomore year se canceló por lo del COVID. Entonces comienza a trabajar fuertemente. 67-2, logra su récord. Nuevo campeón División 1 de la NCAA, Gable Steveson. Y algo simplemente increíble. Since it is already a family business, do you feel extra pressure from your family for being, for being in your blood?
No, I don't feel no pressure. I mean, it's a job to us. It's a lifestyle. We've been doing it for a long time. There's no pressure, and if there is pressure, we get through it. And pressure makes diamonds. I mean, you can't live being a spotlight and being in big sports that says amateur wrestling and WWE if you're not going to go through all the pressure. And to be the best you can be, you have to push through everything and push through all that pressure you can.
I'll translate that. Que si siente presión o no, realmente no la siente. Él está dispuesto a romper con todas las barreras, al igual que lo ha hecho durante toda su carrera para alcanzar el puesto que está buscando. Speaking of which, pro wrestling or MMA? Because both of them at this point will be salivating to have you. I'm pretty sure Dana White would love to have you on the UFC, and as well Vince McMahon in the WWE.
Or MMA. I think that's a toss-up question for me, just because I'm not sure yet. But everyone knows that WWE is my top favorite. That it's always been my favorite. And so I would say right now WWE. But at the end of the day, fighting is always an option. What Vince McMahon does with the WWE and everything else is crazy, and he makes superstars and he turns people into legends. And so that's what I would like to be soon, into that field too.
I'll translate that. MMA o lucha libre profesional con WWE. Él menciona que lo que es la WWE siempre ha sido su sueño. Pelear en MMA es una opción, pero Vince McMahon convierte a las personas en superestrellas y en leyenda, y eso es lo que él está buscando. Así que en estos momentos WWE sería una tremenda alternativa. Speaking of which, you did a recent trip to WWE. You were there backstage. How was that experience for you? Who contacted you and granted you that opportunity in middle of COVID where no one can be there?
Someone just got a hold of me and asked me to come. It was WrestleMania was crazy, to be honest. I mean, I met Bad Bunny. He's a big legend where you're at and everywhere else. I mean, Bad Bunny, he's really cool. So be able to meet Bad Bunny. I've been knowing Paul Heyman for a long time now, Triple H for a while now. So to be at WrestleMania was crazy. I mean, not many people be able to get over there and see like WrestleMania in person and stuff. For me to be able to do that is outrageous, and actually go backstage and get the full experience and meet Roman Reigns too. That was probably one of my favorites. So it was nice to see all of them.
I'll translate that. Gable Steveson lo contactan, tiene la oportunidad de conocer a las personas y de ir a WrestleMania en persona. Está backstage, que es lo más que le llamó la atención. Bad Bunny es una leyenda en lo que hace. Fue un honor para él conocerlo. Tuvo la oportunidad de conocer a Paul Heyman, que ya lo conoce hace un tiempo, pero conocer a Roman Reigns, que es uno de sus favoritos, simplemente una experiencia increíble. What are your thoughts on Bad Bunny's match? I mean, it was pretty good to be a celebrity, no?
I thought Bad Bunny probably had one of the best matches of the whole weekend, just because he's only been doing it for like 2 months, and to be able to go from being a famous artist to a famous wrestler in that amount of time is crazy. And Bad Bunny, I guess he can do it all, and we witnessed that he can do it all right there. And so I love his performance. It was the best performance I've seen.
I'll translate that. ¿Qué opina él de Bad Bunny? Bueno, Bad Bunny llevó haciendo esto 2 meses aproximadamente, 2 months only, y de momento da ese performance, cree que es el mejor en lo que hace. Sabemos que puede hacer esto y puede hacer mucho más en su carrera, así que no dudemos verlo nuevamente en un cuadrilátero. Paul Heyman shared a pretty particular picture, and I'm going to read the caption. Presented live from backstage WWE WrestleMania for future historical reference. Over there was Gable Steveson along with the WWE Universal Champion Roman Reigns. What does it mean for you to receive the approval of someone like Paul Heyman?
The picture of me and Paul and Roman Reigns is gonna go down as probably maybe one of the best wrestling photos in history, just because the path that I'm taking with it, the path that Roman Reigns has set in stone with being a champion, would never be defeated again. And the path that Paul Heyman has done for wrestling, and probably the greatest spokesperson, Hall of Fame. Roman Reigns is going to go into Hall of Fame, and my time is going to come. And I think for that picture right there with us three is gonna live on for a long time, just because the accolades that we bring to that picture and the stardom that picture brings to the internet.
I'll share that in Spanish. Paul Heyman comparte una foto y dice: para futuras históricas referencias, WWE, WrestleMania, y ponen de momento backstage a Gable Steveson y a Roman Reigns. Él dice que ambos traen muchos logros a la mesa y es algo que va a vivir para siempre y esperamos poder verlo en algún futuro. Do you consider yourself a Paul Heyman guy?
I've been a Paul Heyman guy forever.
That doesn't need translation. I thought everyone understood that in every language. So another fellow NCAA Division I champion is Brock Lesnar. He's been doing this for a while. He went to UFC, dominated UFC. He's been WWE, dominated WWE, New Japan Pro Wrestling. Anything he proposed, he just did. So what are your thoughts on Brock Lesnar?
Brock Lesnar, he's one of a kind. I mean, I personally know Brock Lesnar myself, and like we practice together, and like we have pictures and everything else. And so Brock, to be able to know Brock, and Brock he's probably the best thing that WWE has touched. He's a physical specimen. He was a one of a kind, and I'm trying to make sure that I can be that next one of a kind person to follow in that journey, but do it in my own way and be the best that I can in my own way. But to have someone like Lesnar be in my corner is crazy, and I know he wishes me good things, and he's gonna keep pointing me in the right direction. And so, I mean, Brock Lesnar is probably one of the greatest things that's happened to WWE, and he's done it all, and I hope to do it all too.
I'll translate that. Gable Steveson entrenó con Brock Lesnar. Brock Lesnar estuvo en su esquina en uno de los combates y es lo mejor que ha tocado WWE. Es un espécimen físico y espera tal vez poder llegar a ese mismo nivel. Gable, what's been training with Brock Lesnar? He's a workhorse and he's a really physical guy. So how's been that experience for you?
It's hard to explain. You have to like feel it yourself. Lesnar, he's, like I said, he's a specimen. He's huge. He's I think 41 years old, and he can still step on the wrestling mat and do good things. I mean, him training with me is crazy. He pointed me in the right direction with all the things that I need to do right and to be a great one. And like I said, to be able to, you got to feel it yourself to know what it's like to wrestle Brock Lesnar.
I'll translate that. ¿Qué se sintió entrenar con Brock Lesnar? Tienes que experimentarlo por ti mismo. Es algo que él dice. Lesnar tiene 41 años y todavía puede hacer medio mundo en ese wrestling mat. Así que tener la oportunidad de entrenar con él simplemente fue algo increíble. Has WWE formerly approached you with an offer or not yet? Or you cannot talk about it yet?
I mean, I'll say this. We've been in deep talks. I mean, they've known me for a long time now, and I've sparked interest in them for a long time now. To say that we have reached a fully agreement is like, I don't know if I can like say that, but like we've been in talks. I mean, I haven't signed no dotted line. I haven't done nothing like that, but there's been really deep talks, and I know the time's gonna come soon where I'm gonna make a decision and get the best thing for me and the best thing for them too. So the time's coming soon. I just don't know when. It's just a matter of time.
I'll translate that. WWE se le ha acercado a Gable Steveson. Bueno, llevan mucho tiempo en pláticas, están hablando. Todavía no hay un bolígrafo en el papel, pero sí hay planes, sí hay conversaciones y pronto llegará el momento de tomar una decisión, vamos a decirlo de esa manera. Before we go to our last question, I want to say also something else in Spanish. Pueden todos seguir a Gable Steveson directamente en sus redes sociales, en Instagram como @Gable Steveson en Instagram, y en Twitter como @GStevenson. Pueden seguirlo como G Stevenson en Twitter y Gable Stevenson en Instagram. Gable, last but not least, what does wrestling mean to you, not as an athlete, but as a human being?
Wrestling means a lot. I mean, wrestling has brought me to this point in my life where I can have options such as WWE and fighting and doing other things. And without wrestling, I probably would never be in the spot I am now. But wrestling means a lot, to be honest. It's just it was a gateway for me to become a superstar in the WWE or a superstar in MMA. And I like the facts of either of them, but without wrestling, I don't think I could have made it to this point where I can talk to you on the phone and see Triple H in person and see Paul Heyman and be a Paul Heyman guy like that. So wrestling, amateur wrestling has suited me up to do great things, and I hope the WWE world is ready because the next big thing is here now.
I'll translate that. ¿Qué significa la lucha para Gable Steveson? Es todo. Esto es lo que le ha brindado la oportunidad de tal vez tener la oportunidad de cumplir su sueño de estar hablando conmigo ahora, de tener la oportunidad de conocer a Triple H en persona, de poder conocer a WWE en persona, de estar en esas pláticas, de seguir ese sueño y de darle esa exposición que él quiere. Y le dice a los fanáticos, prepárense porque esta es la gran próxima cosa, y está aquí con ustedes Gable Steveson. Gable Steveson, the next big thing. Thank you so much for your time and for the opportunity. Always wishing you success in your career, in your personal life. And man, thank you so much. It's been a blast.
I appreciate everything. Thanks.
Y estos fueron Gable Steveson y Michael Morales Torres para Lucha Libre Online.